So remember a few months ago when the Louvre was robbed? Well, those jewels haven't been found. But a little over 100 years ago, the Mona Lisa was found because, yes, the Mona Lisa was also stolen from the Louvre back in the 1900s. And that's actually what made it famous because while Leonardo da Vinci painted it all the way back in 1507, it wasn't really known for anything until maybe the mid 1800s when the artist world started to look at it and say, oh, this is a really great example of Renaissance painting. And then it was its actual theft in 1911 that made people know it. And again, not because they really thought much anything of it, but because it made news headlines that the Louvre was robbed. And that's part of why the person robbing the Louvre, who was just somebody that worked there, thought that it was the right thing to steal because they were like, oh, nobody cares about the Mona Lisa. It's not that famous. But robbing it is what made it famous. And it went all throughout the newspapers, all over the world. Hundreds of people were investigated for it. J.P. Morgan was one of the people that was investigated for it because there were a lot of American millionaires collecting French art, and the French were convinced that Americans were trying to steal their history and culture. They also investigated Pablo Picasso, but ultimately it was just someone that worked at the Louvre. And he couldn't sell it because of that. He couldn't make the money he wanted. So 2 years later, he eventually tried to sell it, thinking, okay, maybe the coast is clear now. But it wasn't. The man that stole it, Vincenzo Perugia was his name, by the way, the handyman at the Louvre. He took it to somebody to try to sell it. They confirmed its authenticity, and then they did a whole trick on him. They were like, oh, let us keep it overnight. And then he got home, and like 30 minutes later, the police are at his door being like, we know you stole the Mona Lisa. But yeah, after 2 years of being missing because this handyman couldn't sell it because of the fame that he caused for the Mona Lisa, it was found because he tried to sell it. And that was on this day, December 12th in 1913. So for 112 years, the Mona Lisa has been famous now, even though it's actually a 500-year-old painting.